Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's an easy starter game.
Yeah, character creation is basically 3 choices,
Yeah.
which I can and have print out on cards and hand to people and say, pick one of these.
So
That's a great idea.
Critical Role was sponsoring D&D Beyond years ago. Like in their first campaign, they were advertising D&D Beyond. And one of the things they did to show the simplicity of it, and everybody that was there had it. So they got like six professional players who knew the game very well, but they all 6 were in a race to see who could make a character the quickest. First level character didn't matter, and they were all going, and one person just hit random, and it just spat out a character, first level character, like completely ready, done, rolled up, and all the equipment chosen. Like
it even gives you a name.
It does. But I mean, it's that simple. Even if you didn't do random, if you just rolled your stats, picked your class and your race, I mean, you're done. That's it. Unless you're a caster, you got to pick a couple spells. But
that's Tangerine McGillicuddy created.
Half gnome artificer.
Silence this.
Yeah. So my youngest daughter plays Final Fantasy 14, and the group she runs with, they do like top tier content, like top final tier content. And one of the people in the group says, "Hey, I run D&D games. You want to play?" And I asked her to play several times. The answer is always no. This person asked. The answer is yes. And so she comes to me yesterday. Dad. Yeah. Last night, she's like, "I'm going to play D&D. I have no idea what I'm doing." I'm like, "Let me show you something." Went into D&D Beyond. She's like, "I play a summoner. I love summoners. I want to do something like that." I'm like, "Shepherd Druid. Click, 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 click. Boom. There you go." She's like, "Oh, okay, cool."
Click, 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 boom should be their slogan.
Yeah,
should. Yeah.
Gross gnome.
Sorry. I know. I just
let me silence mine now that I haven't thought of it.
Let's all go to the lobby.
Oh, it's the same thing, huh? No, we got to do the roller coaster thing.
Is this the popcorn?
Yeah, where they're the walking
the M&Ms and the popcorn. Yeah.
Oh, I missed it was actual film that you're like riding the roller coaster on over the reels, and forgot about that. So back in the 90s.
It's cute.
Well, I said
not expected whatsoever.
I said Monty Hall. And Jamie, you said who? Did you say who's Monty Hall?
Is he the Let's Make a Deal or What's Behind Door Number 2 guy? Yeah. Okay.
That's right.
Same.
Okay. I think there's a. Isn't there a like a statistics thing where you that's the Monty Hall problem?
You always
there is the Monty Hall problem.
Okay.
Are you telling me that
in D&D parlance,
is an answered problem?
Yeah. It is.
That sucks. I hate everything about that.
In the D&D world, that's your Monty Hall DM. Is like you imagine you open the door and you see the car and the boat and the vacation and all that kind of stuff. So it's like you had everything all the time.
And a mimic. Surprise!
It's like,
okay, so what do you guys think about the trailer for the D&D movie?
It looks beautiful.
I'm in.
I'll watch it, of course.
Well, it made me want to watch the previous one.
The previous ones.
Don't say that, Matt.
No, I mean, it really, really can't. I will say I liked the bad guy. I can't remember the actor's name right now.
Hugh Grant?
Jeremy Irons.
And he was like the one shining bright star of that movie because it's Jeremy Irons, and he was good, but not that good. Like nothing could save that movie. I forgot that one of the Wayans brothers was an elf or something like that, or is that 2 separate movies? I don't know. It's just
no, that's the same movie. I thought it had Tandy Newton, but it doesn't.
Is that a person?
What? Yeah. Tandy Newton's Maeve on Westworld at the moment.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I watched the first season of Westworld yesterday. I don't know. It was too much all at once. I had to stop. Yeah, well, it's only 8 episodes, right?
Yeah.
Per season?
Yeah, it would be
Mhm.
interesting to binge it because, not to spoil it for people, but there is a twist, and
Yes.
What?
it's a clever one. But I kind of wonder if sometimes maybe they're trying to be too clever, and they should settle down a bit
Right. I get that.
and just focus on telling a good story instead of trying to trick the audience would be good.
Well, they just without it would tell a lot. It would spoil a lot to even remotely
Yeah.
talk about what it
To
is.
talk
So
about it.
yeah.
I've heard good things. It's on my list.
I didn't hate it, but
Have y'all ever watched Star Trek Lower Decks?
Yes.
It is really good.
what is it?
So
It is really good.
There are rumors that the two lead actors from Lower Decks are going to show up on the Star Trek Strange New Worlds next season.
Oh, really?
Oh, Lower Decks.
Yeah.
Lower
Was
Decks.
was that a cartoon?
Yeah, it is.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For a while there, it
it-
was the
it-
most Star Trek on TV. Like, surprisingly.
Yeah, I've heard.
if you're a Star Trek geek, they poke fun at every aspect of Star Trek. Every single aspect. It is fantastic. It is so
Yeah,
good.
it's irreverent whilst at the same time being good Trek in
Yeah.
a way that
Really?
like Picard wasn't,
Hmm.
and Discovery wasn't.
I was about to say, Picard's been getting a bad rap, hasn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I've watched Picard. I've watched Discovery, and I would say season 0.5 of both of them is pretty good.
Okay.
But you get past season 0.5, and it's like, what are they doing? I don't know. I mean, they both start pretty darn strong, and then it just kind of veers off into what the hell.
Fair enough.
Which one's the one that they time travel through fungus?
Discovery.
You just gave it all away. That's like
Well.
the whole premise of all 3 seasons.
Well, now I'm not watching it.
Oh, no.
Kawat brings up the fact that the Orville is their favorite Star Trek, and I kind of agree with that. Like, the Orville has been some of the best Star Trek on TV in the last 5 years.
Oh, that's Seth.
Seth
Seth
MacFarlane.
Green.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yep.
He's a special guy. That guy has some talents, all kinds of them. Like
Yeah, sometimes
1,000
I
people
think
worth.
Yeah, sometimes I kind of think like you should be punished for inflicting Family Guy on the world, and Ted and that kind of humor, and then like he helps to get Cosmos remade and goes and makes the Orville and stuff like that, and it's like, who is this person?
He also has a Christmas album.
Yeah, and it's really good.
It is
Like,
really
really good.
He's got a great Vegas voice. Like what do you call that?
Like a crooner,
Sinatra.
lounge singer.
Lounge singer. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he can do it, man.
That's funny. I'll have to look it up.
You won't regret it.
He's
Yeah,
really
I-
good on talk shows.
Yeah.
And I think he did an entire graduate commencement speech in the voice of Stewart. Yeah.
Stewie?
Well,
Stewie.
Stewie. Yeah. Obviously, I've watched a lot of them, but I
Where's
don't know,
my
man. I
money?
have a hard time getting into cartoons.
Yeah, Lower Decks, though. You got to do Lower Decks.
Lower Decks on my
Yes.
list.
Yeah, Lower Decks is well worth it.
I have to watch season 4 of Stranger Things for the 10th time before I can move on.
Woo.
I have watched it twice.
I think I've seen
Yeah, I
2 seasons of that.
I have not cracked that one open yet. Stranger Things.
Stranger Things?
Mm-mm.
I thought you said you, or maybe
No,
it was.
my wife has.
Yeah. Okay, that's what it was.
Yep.
It's very-
She stopped at the beginning of season 4. She's like, she really liked season 1.
Season 1's
Really
great.
liked season 1.
2 kind of shit the bed. 3 was all right, and 4 is amazing.
Mm-hmm. It's awesome.
That's yeah. It's kind of like listing the Star Wars movies. You know, like 2 is awesome, 1's okay, 3 shit the bed, that kind of thing.
I just imagine J. Jonah Jameson from the Spider-Man movie. Crap. Okay, $50. It's crap, mega crap, right? I love that movie.
He was great. He was
I've been-
best
yeah.
Jonah.
I've been watching a TV show with him and Sissy Spacek in it called Night Sky. It's on
Oh, is that
Amazon
any
Prime.
good?
Yeah,
Is that
the
any good?
farm
It's-
thing, like weird extraterrestrial something.
They're excellent in it. It's too slow and it doesn't really get to the point, and it's been cancelled already. So, like, it's
wow.
hard to recommend.
So slow.
Yeah, it's really hard to recommend, but I'm enjoying it, and I will miss those characters when they're not on my TV set anymore.
What's the name of the TV show again?
Night Sky.
Canceled.
I'm sorry, what?
Rude.
Sorry, I said you out there.
I'll get back in my box.
Well, you guys want to start playing?
Mm-mm.
No.
Show.
Show.
That means I might have to manage some stuff that's moved around.
Possibly.
Menage the stream.
Possibly.
I,
So the end of our last episode, you guys. It took what? It was a 2-hour combat to take down the Umber
We
Hulk.
drove off. Yeah, we drove off Tiddlywink and we defeated the confusion bug.
Tiddlywink. What?
I
The
don't
evil
The
clown man.
annoying dude.
Oh. The last laugh guy. Yes,
Mhm.
and Dirtbug, DERP, is lying dead, as well as a citizen that was murdered recently by Farazan with a backhand from a mace.
Wait a minute. I thought they didn't die.
They were revived.
Yeah.
Murdered-ish. He backhanded a
Not
old
dead
lady
yet.
with a mace.
Sufficiently murdered.
Yeah.
Yes. I think I'd go for a walk.
it was the
feel happy. I feel happy.
I feel happy.
Would you do me a favor? Whop.
it was the magic flail, the lady in the Kopru ruins. I don't remember what her name was. With the spiky armor.
from Triel?
Oh,
That's
Triel.
it. That's it. And he
Well-
dropped that flail like when that person died or
Like a murder weapon.
Yeah, he just like
You don't want to
Just leave it
get
at the scene of the
Drop the
crime.
gun, head out.
Get out of here.
let go
That's
of
not
it.
mine. Just toes it away.
So yeah, he's a bit upset about that.
Well, it's unfortunate because that enormous Umber Hulk fell on the lady who you just revived from being smacked down by Farazan. No, she got
That's-
moved away. You see
Gravity's fault, not Farazan's.
the guards coming in from the south. Where Tarathiel, you're down in the southern. Are you? Do I have the map up? Shoot.
Yes.
Yep, you got the right map.
I'm in Australia. I'm always in the southern part of the map.
But you're down there with one of the guardsmen. 3 more guardsmen have moved up towards the mess, the fight, the blood, the gore, the broken down buildings. People are still scattering, but the screaming is coming to a low din instead of an absolute riot. What are you guys doing? Because you just laid low. Well, actually, Alma just blew a hole in the thing's chest with a mighty blast of holy death.
Goodness.
Yes. Good death.
It's so good to have our murder priest back.
Oh my god.
Our end of life priest.
Yes.
Give your rights now.
Just lie back and relax.
It'll be okay.
This procedure is painless. I won't feel it at all.
I won't feel a thing.
Not gonna hurt me any. You're good.
Touch him.
I've actually said that a lot in my career. It kind of breaks the ice, eases people, because usually when you're going to give somebody an injection, tension is what really gets you.
Mhm.
You're like, don't worry. I mean, I know I'm the janitor. Everybody else is out sick. It's the first one, but just relax. You know,
I've seen this done on TV
I've seen
several
this done
times.
hundreds of times.
it's one of my favorite ones. You know, not actually a nurse. The janitor's the only person here. I'm the only person here today.
I've got
So-
a friend who's a and I'm going to screw this up. Anesthesiologist.
That's pretty good.
Okay.
Ethicist?
And,
Oh,
and he's got the driest sense of humor of anyone I've ever met, and like he can deadpan a joke and just if you get it, you're in the floor laughing. But yeah, he comes in and just starts hitting one-liners with these people, and he's just like, sometimes it works, but other times it's just nothing. So yeah,
Yeah, he just ends up terrifying them.
yeah. Can I
Just
get
watch
another?
that joke sail past.
It's hilarious.
Anesthesiologist is easy. Anesthetist is the hard one.
Anesthetist.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
what's
the
the
hard one to
difference?
say.
Nurse anesthetist.
Yes.
Well, last week we had sphygmomanometer.
Yeah, it's a medical show on top of D&D.
Huzzah!
Yep. Just listen to
Everyone's
us,
learning.
Phenomena.
and you'll add the vocabulary part of your test.
Oh, that's right. You're
Write
supposed
that
to
one
study.
down.
All right, everybody spells sphygmomanometer right now.
SPHY.
I wait for Coward to type it up there. But you've got the Google. That's no fair. So the guards, three of the four guards are hustling up towards you now that the big beast is down, and one's a half orc. The fourth one is down there with the one looter with Tarathiel. Excuse me.
You both of you ducked off screen, but you went at the same direction, so it looks like you were gonna bump Nugget. It's very strange.
Alma, what are you doing? You're standing right beside this thing. You still got your death holy. I took the aura off because it's just very. It's a lot.
Horrific. And it's
Yeah.
not working anymore.
Orifice.
If you want to see it, go check out the Backpadio Network Twitter account where it got tweeted out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I'd kind of investigate just is there a body?
Is there? There's the creature's body. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess
Uh-huh.
I personally don't know a lot about it, so that's what I would want to do.
Okay. You can give me. I mean, I named it what it was earlier, but that's just for the audience of one. It's an Umber Hulk, but you can give me a Knowledge Arcana or Knowledge. I'll give you Nature. I think somebody did a Knowledge check last week.
It might have been me, honestly.
I think it was. I think you did a Knowledge Nature check,
Okay, never mind.
and yours is pretty high, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
We can roll back. the
So
tape.
it's it is an Umber Hulk, but it's not it's not a normal Umber Hulk, right? This thing is from another plane of existence. It wouldn't be what you'd find just normally roaming around in the Underdark of Greyhawk. This looks like it's come from like the Abyss, or it's come from Hell, or something like one of the 9 hells. It's got. That's why now that you think about the fight, like your holy damage was just eating this thing alive. Your radiant damage was just eating this thing alive. A normal Umber Hulk wouldn't have been affected the way this thing was by your radiant damage.
Okay. Is there
The-
are there any like townspeople who are in need of assistance?
Yeah, I mean, nobody's taken combat damage, but people have been pushed over and skinned a knee, or, people are crying, people are losing their mind. They could probably use
Cares on.
It's like
they could probably use
calm
a,
emotion.
kind of just a calming presence.
Okay, I do that.
You healed up, or actually, Tarathiel gave a
Yeah.
healing potion to the woman that Farazan murdered, and she's back on her feet. She's actually standing right here, running away from Farazan. Farazan,
No.
Khaldun, what do you guys want to do? We're not in combat, by the way. We're not in combat anymore.
Well, I'm going to maintain the invisibility on Tarathiel until it expires.
And that's a minute, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And, Farazan, I think, is obvious that he's spooked at this mace flail thing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you saw him backhand the crap out of this woman carrying a stick, and as soon as she falls, he just drops it, like dropping the mic. That's kind of the thought I got, right?
Yeah. It's like he knew where it came from, and it hasn't been used to kill a person, and he doesn't want anything to do with that anymore.
All right, I will walk over and take a closer look at it.
Bang some pots together. Are there any more
Yes.
Ember Hulks? Please come out. Come out of your
Sweet
hole.
flail.
have
Someone
more-
setting up a street band, you know, with the pots and the pans.
Does it look different?
I'm sorry. Does what look different?
Das Flail.
Does it look different?
It's a +1 flail, if that means anything to you.
No, different than it did before Farazan
Oh.
clocked the innocent bystander.
It's covered in blood, but nothing outside of that. I mean, he took her down in one shot, almost killed her.
Okay. I'll pick it up off the ground. I'll look at it.
You lick it,
Look at it.
look at it.
Oh my
It's
god.
gonna be one of those days.
I
Stark.
I just want to make sure I heard clear. You look at it.
And-
Okay.
And I look at Farazan. I'm like, I don't think it's right to blame this inanimate object on your action. It was the beetle.
He said, Farazan, very, very like stern look on his face, and he says, "If I can be used to kill an innocent, then I don't want any part of that again." Says,
Okay.
I have equally effective weapons, and that one, because the flail is the chain with the spiky ball on the end, right?
Yes, that's a flail.
Okay. They're the flail and mace and what all. There's another one, Morningstar.
Well, I
always
used to get
those.
Morningstar and flail mixed up. I always thought a Morningstar was the ball at the end of a chain. That's a
Yeah,
flail.
those are
Morningstar
those
is
are
just
the two
a
I get
stick.
confused too.
Yeah.
But he says things that are used to kill innocents, they carry a spirit with them, and those can become dangerous in my mind. So if it can be used for another purpose, maybe cleansed, but I should not use it again.
I see. Well, I walk over to Alma. Would you like a magic flail?
I just think I want to like just pretend to cleanse it. Like, you know what I mean? Because
Sure.
there's nothing wrong with it. So that's what I'll do.
No.
I'll be
It's
like, oh.
Like Phoebe cleaning the aura
Yeah,
around people.
like-
Like, oh, okay.
Yeah. See if that works.
It works well. You cleanse that aura right
It's
up.
cleansed.
Yeah.
What
Give me,
about now?
give me a deception check.
It's now a
Roll
Roll me
keen
some, roll me
aura.
some, roll me some
Performance?
deception. Or performance. Yeah, I'll give you
It does.
performance.
It's -1 either way. So
All right.
So yeah, what is it, Poltergeist? This place is cleansed.
This
or
this house
Yeah.
is clear.
That's
this house is clean?
This flail is clear.
at 3.
3. I mean,
Whoa.
Farazan really doesn't know any difference. He can't see magical auras. But you're just like, ooga booga. I mean, it's a really, really bad way of cleaning. You know, it's if you were an audience watching a TV show, it would be what you laughed at because the person doing it is obviously doesn't give a damn about it.
Everybody be like,
They're
boo,
ooga booga, it's
boo."
fine. Here, and then you're heading over to help you.
Khaldun stifles a laugh. Doesn't happen very often. And it's like, I'll take it to the Blue Crater Inn or Blue Crater Academy and see if they can't cleanse it.
Okay, yeah, I don't want that.
Okay, I'll stick it in my bag.
Okay.
Trathiel, you're down there, and the person that ran out of the building, she is carrying just armloads of weapons.
And a microwave.
Mavu, yeah, a microwave and a bunch of weapons. Mavu is a known importer, exporter of weapons. Supplies the guards on a regular basis. I mean, he's a known entity. He's not quite a noble, but a very, very rich merchant of Cauldron. And this young woman, is carrying just a whole, went in there, grabbed a bunch of weapons. None of them were sharp. She grabbed a bunch of hammers and things so she wouldn't cut herself, and is hauling butt down the street when the guardsman comes and stops her. And you're coming down as they're meeting, and you hear as you're coming forward, he's got a scowl on his face, and drop the weapons. We saw you coming out of there, looting during a riot. And he's looking to bind some manacles. He's going to put her under arrest and take you back to be to go on trial for looting during a riot and whatever other illegal things the legal people do for legal things. Says
That's very descriptive.
Yes.
Stick to
Gonna read
healthcare,
her
man.
It's
rights,
very colorful.
which in Greyhawk is nothing. You have the right to be arrested.
And that's it.
You get to go to the local magistrate, which is the Lord Mayor. Yay.
Cool. So Tarathiel had kind of snuck up behind her. He's invisible. He's activated his dagger of venom for the day.
Mm-hmm.
Like he was ready to bring her down if it looked like something fishy was going on. But he will just quietly back up.
He's like this, like, okay.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Right.
Well,
This reminds me of Skyrim so bad. You're like walking around, sneaking, and you just chunk. You do like the evil assassin guild. Anyway, I've been playing a lot of that.
Just to put some insight, I guess, into the way Tarathiel's thinking, he just assumed that she was in on it. Like this whole thing was a shakedown. Like they created a distraction and they sent in a looter. She was stealing something valuable. She's part of the last laugh. Like he's seeing the last laugh everywhere.
Yeah.
Being involved in everything. So as soon as this person got involved, he was like, "Well, you're going down." He's somewhat relieved to discover that she's just a greedy lady.
Well, the other three guards come up, and the guard sergeant walks up. If y'all are all standing there, he will walk up to Alma, being, in his eyes, the least threatening of the three of you there. Or the least dangerous, let me put it that way. And he's looking at the three of you, and what's going on here? We heard the commotion blocks away. The MTA is even on the way. Do you know...
Not the MTA.
The MTA...
No one expects the MTA.
Do you know what happened? Do you know what's going on? I mean,
I kind of will just kind of gesture toward the scene behind us, because it's still sitting there, and just be like, yeah, we just kind of came upon this, and it was destroying these buildings, and we took care of it.
where did it come from?
Hole in the ground.
When I'm
Yeah.
Mommy, I'm
Yeah.
Hulk, and a Daddy, I'm
Right
Hulk.
there,
Love
point
each other
down.
very
Yeah.
much.
Yeah, just that's why I'm gesturing wildly behind me, like it's it came from right there, and then it went over there.
And that one's talking to you. The other two are spreading out, basically controlling, trying to calm everything down. All right. Looks like you've taken care of the problem, and he's moving over to the building. Gonna have to find Lord Mavu and let him know that his warehouse has been destroyed.
Which direction did you come from?
He points down the road, pinging which way he points. You can't see on the screen. He came from southeast.
Is that the same direction that the person that they were chasing went?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So he says, "Did you see someone dressed as insert description here run past you?"
Let me think. That was no.
About
No, we
30
didn't,
seconds
'cause-
ago.
Yeah, right. And consider this guy can move 150 feet in 6 seconds.
A colorful blur went past.
Did you
Yeah,
see it?
pretty
was
much.
A clownish blur.
Yes, he was going plaid.
We saw plenty of people running, but nobody that fits that description. Are they responsible for this?
Kinda.
They attempted to throw knives at us and then ran away almost as if they were trying to lure us this direction.
Okay. And he takes a description. Oh, that's a okay. That's a weird sounding dude. Sounds like the last laugh. You know, the way you talk about the makeup, I suppose. But he's jotting down, taking notes, everything. His little spiral bound notebook.
It's got a crayon.
Yeah.
Striped shirt.
As long as he's not eating the crayon, we're good.
Not yet. Sticking it in his ear.
So this warehouse is pretty good size. Did the beetle like tear the whole thing up, or just the front?
You step inside and take a look because you can see inside, but you can step through the wall.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like it had done. It's maybe about halfway down. It came up originally, and then it was trashing through here, and then maybe you see where it might have dived back into the earth, and then came out again right here in this wall, and that's where it first. What's where you first saw it.
Okay.
But
So it
while
had been busy before we saw it.
yeah, but you think maybe just moments, because if this thing had been as much damage as it did in like 10, 12 seconds, if it had been there for more than 30 seconds, it would have taken the whole building down. So it must have just gotten there.
Someone should tell this Lord guy that we saved half of the building at least.
It will definitely be in my report. We'll send word to Lord Mavu as soon as we get everything calmed down here. They're bringing out the yellow tape and squaring off the building, closing the street down. And after a few minutes, there is.
Sorry,
Go
Perzan would
ahead.
have started kind of making his way into the building to see if there was anyone in there.
Okay. And the guard sergeant that you're there with, where did he go? Oh, there he is. He doesn't interfere. He's walking with you, you know, as in like wanting to see what you find and things like that. You're moving in there. Khaldun, I'm going to put you in there because you said you're going to take a look around. Alma, Tarathiel. Tarathiel, you come back to sight. It's been over a minute by this point.
All right.
Yeah. Ah! The little old lady that was murdered by Farazan Peas.
Dies of a heart attack.
No.
What are you two doing, Alma and Tarathiel?
I mean, I'll go with.
Okay.
Weird request.
Nope.
How
Yeah.
difficult would it be to get my hands on some of that tape?
the cop tape.
Yeah.
I was kind of joking, but it's a red rope. That's
You almost got
You
me.
Okay.
have to travel 1,000 years in the future,
Mhm.
find some, and then come back.
Maybe it's
I
like
was just thinking
yellow
it'd
and
be a-
black braided cord or something like that. You know.
Yeah,
And you
yeah.
got this one of the. So this guy down here with the looter, they're gone. He just immediately walked him off to jail. This one up
Yeah.
here's the crowd's calmed down, and he's drawing a chalk outline around the Ember Hulk. The other one's drawing a chalk outline from around the woman where she was knocked down earlier.
I was kind of thinking it might be a fun thing to mess with the last laugh just by taping off different things that are in the city. Wherever they have interest, you just randomly tape off a section, tape off a building while they're inside, to see if they freak out. All right.
See, you're joining him inside. You walk inside, and you don't have to really look at the map so much anymore. You walk inside, and like I said, the floor was wood. It's been absolutely destroyed. The walls, it's still. I mean, things are still falling. Like the structure of the building has been really, really damaged. So, the weight-bearing walls and things like that. You see the ceiling is dropping, but not like imminent danger. It's not like going to collapse on your head right now. But it's still falling down, still falling apart. You look around. I'm just going to give Alma the 21. You see about in the middle of the building, what looks like the remnants. It's like one of the pieces of wood of the floor. You notice that there's the remnants, or not really remnants. You see etchings of a symbol on a bigger piece of wood that survived.
Mm-mm.
And the rest of you guys can roll also, but you know she obviously sees it.
Okay. What do I need to roll to figure out what kind of symbol it is?
Well, you can go grab it and take a look at it. I mean,
And explode.
it's like a plank of wood. It's like it's a magical symbol for sure. You know
Okay.
it that much at least. But it's on just a small piece of wood that just happened to survive all the destruction in here.
Oh. So it transforms people into Umber Hulks.
Yes. And their heads
I mean-
on backwards.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna check it out.
Okay. You walk over and grab it and pick it up and just fiddle with it. Give me a knowledge arcana, and everybody can give me a knowledge arcana or assist one person to give advantage.
My Arcana is 7. So if you
better than
want
mine
to
too.
assist me, that might work well.
Okay, I will assist you because I don't want to roll this.
I rolled 2 11, 18.
18. That's high enough. You feel like this was part of a summoning circle.
Okay.
So whatever it was on the floor, and whenever this thing was summoned, it destroyed the floor, and then the single piece flew off and was still whole. You don't see anything else. All the rest of it's just kindling at this point, but this one piece survived.
So the summoning circle's broken,
Destroyed, yes.
and the Hulk is still here.
Yep.
Huh.
Well, I mean, it's dead, but it's still...
That's very interesting.
Why would someone summon this thing?
So at this point, okay, so I explained to everybody what it is. It's part of the summoning circle, but I'm a little confused. I'm wondering if the Hulk was summoned or something else was summoned, because typically summons disappear.
You said, Alma, that this thing is not like a normal Umber Hulk. There's something different about it.
It's from hell.
Yeah.
Rock on.
Hellish Umber Hulk.
So Farazan, not knowing much about summoning circles, he says, "Is there something different about summoning from?" And he kind of raises an eyebrow. Hell, that would keep this thing here.
I have no idea. This is not something I've encountered before.
I don't know either.
Is this magic that you are familiar with, Rachel?
Farazan has an invisible friend.
Well, all the walls are broken down, so the fourth wall fell, and he felt unencumbered for once. Is this magic of from a god, Alma, or something that you would study, Khaldun?
I got nothing.
It's
Unless I would know.
both. I mean, both classes can essentially summon things later on, right? So it could be for either. Both of y'all know that. It could be either holy magic, or it could be studied, or it could be a sorcerer. I mean, it's just the general magic of the world, right? The same rune does the same thing regardless of who uses it.
Yeah, so these kind of circles can be used to help the summoning ritual, like help you control whatever it is you're summoning. They can make it so you can summon more powerful things. They can be used for teleportation. So these kinds of circles can be used for lots of different things.
But under normal circumstances, when the circle is destroyed, the thing that was contained in it, would it return, or would it run loose like this thing?
Well, in my experience, whenever I cast a summoning spell, whatever I summon dies or the spell ends, it returns. It disappears.
So maybe teleportation.
Could be teleportation.
This
Is it
person
always a
does.
circle, or can we have summoning triangles? Or
Dodecahedrons.
Farazan says, this Lord Mauve, He
Mavu.
is a
Mavu.
Mavu.
Mavuu. Mavu.
Okay, that's the last
Says a
time I
voice.
rely on the chat for the name of the NPC.
Some voice.
But yeah, this is they deal in shipping and receiving. Is it possible they were trying to smuggle this into the city?
The summoning circle.
The
So
Hulk.
Matt, does it look like? I mean, it sounds ridiculous, but does it look like the summoning circle was like inside of a crate or something? I mean, it's possible.
No, just based on the size of this one rune, it took up probably a 40-foot diameter of the floor.
Oh,
Like it was, I'm sorry. Yeah, 40-foot diameter, 20-foot radius. Yeah. It took almost the entire middle of, well, it's destroyed now, right? But the area where it was, just based on the size of the runes, doing trigonometry and crap like that to figure out the hypotenuse, you can figure out that it was a big, big summoning circle. Big enough for this thing to fit in it, but with just some room to fit. You know what I mean? Like,
yep.
this thing was enormous. And it's not like it was just an empty floor. There are broken casks, boxes and crates and things like that. Weapons. And it wasn't just a weapons deal. It isn't just a weapons dealer. There's other things. Goods, certain goods, hammers and rope and things like that. So equipment, swords, weaponry, things like that.
So does it look like the circle was part of the warehouse? Like Lord Mavu had a summoning circle in his warehouse?
No, you don't feel like that. You feel like it was definitely etched in or painted or used chalk or whatever.
More of an aftermarket feature.
Yes.
Than a dealer installed option.
Yes.
That's right. Yeah. Marvo didn't want to pay the extra, so he had it done afterwards.
No, this was a big summoning circle. This was a custom job. This wasn't like builder grade teleport or
Yeah, exactly.
summoning circle.
I know it's probably pretty hard with the front of the place actually destroyed, but I kind of want to check the other doors and see if there's evidence of a break-in. Because presumably somebody had to be here for a while setting up a summoning circle.
Yeah, this is not
So
easy. This is not quick.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
figure it probably took 8 hours to etch this into the floor. So it was definitely deliberate and planned ahead. No doubt about that.
Yeah, and it's a lot of effort to maybe disrupt Marvo's business. Like, why else would... So, yeah. Perception, investigation, can I do something?
To see, give me an investigation.
Alrighty.
Can I help him? I have a Crankin investigation.
15.
Sure. I mean, y'all can work together.
Because
Does that give me advantage?
It does.
Yeah,
Farazan picks up the heavy things.
that's good.
22.
22.
Nice.
So you definitely feel like I'm pinging it. I don't know if you can see it or not. The door here was picked at some point,
Gasp.
for sure.
Mm.
And it wasn't the looter. Like the looter ran in and ran out, right? So that
Yeah,
that door was open.
I knew that door was unlocked, which is also weird. Unless they've got people working in the warehouse during the day. Was there evidence of anybody working here?
Completely empty.
Except for the bug
Which
in
would
the
make
room.
Which would make it even weirder that there's an unlocked door at the back.
Right.
Yeah, someone broke in. I don't know, but I guess this would have taken hours to set up.
It definitely would have taken most of the day. And while you
Maybe
guys
we
are
should-
walking around, go ahead.
Maybe we should go and talk to this Lord Marvo and see if maybe he's got some enemies.
As you guys are checking things out, investigating, looking at the etching and the doors and things like that, you see three, you see three, for lack of a better word, wizards, mages, walk up to the hole in the wall. And the sergeant's still in there. He's taking notes. He's like drawing his best the symbol that you found that piece of wood.
Be careful.
Okay.
There may be more where those came from.
That's going to end very badly.
And outside, you see these three mages, and there's another guard with him. And they, push through the rubble. What did you find? And one is a robe with like Blue Crater Academy coloring, and the other two are just wearing just drab, like brown robes.
Khaldun, it's your boss.
Yeah. So I'll walk over to the Blue Crater Wizard. Greetings.
Hi, my name is Rin. I'm one of the newly created MTA supervisors, and we were notified that something was going on that was supernatural down here. MTA, Magical Threats Agency. The good Lord Mayor decided that it was a good idea to have a few mages at his disposal in case of things like this, since it's becoming more and more prevalent. What have you found?
It's like Magical X-Files. Can we play that campaign?
Well, it appears this Umber Hulk was summoned into this warehouse to wreak havoc and mayhem. There's a remnants of a summoning circle on the ground, like a full summoning circle.
Huh. All right.
Mm-hmm.
And he starts casting a spell, and you recognize it. He's casting Detect Magic.
I cast detect magic.
Well, Khaldun, at least you recognize it.
Yes,
He
I've
walks
seen this
in.
before.
Yeah. There's some conjuration magic certainly still here. Or, you know what it means. It's like fading.
His was quicker than Khaldun's.
He didn't cast as a ritual. And these
I'm a
other guys
discount
are-
wizard.
These guys are spreading out. Interesting. And he walks over to the sergeant, or the sergeant looks at his notes, picks up the piece of wood with the rune on it, and looks at it and takes note of it, and hands it back to the sergeant. Is it all clear? Any other problems besides this big bug?
Not that we found.
All
Looks
right.
like someone possibly summoned the bug to destroy the warehouse. That's a lot of very expensive effort to do that.
Yeah. No, I agree. You're right.
We did find an invisible frog the other day. Good luck.
And he pats the sergeant on the shoulder and looks around and says, "All right, keep up the good work." And the three of them leave.
Wait, that's it?
I didn't like that at all.
And the guy turns around. The threat's been nullified. The guards, the city guard will take care of the mess and clean things up. We just came to see what the magical threat was, and you have eliminated it. Good job.
Ren, before you leave,
Yes.
would you mind taking a look at this body? Now we'll go over to the Ember Hulk. Does this look like it should?
Have you noticed something?
It's still here.
You broke up. I didn't hear you.
It's still here.
What does that mean?
It was summoned.
Okay.
It shouldn't
you
be here anymore.
Does all summoning magic work like that?
Every summoning spell that I have works that way.
Okay. So in your experience, the spells that you can cast, the things that are summons, disappear.
Mm-hmm. Not only that, but does this look like your typical Umber Hulk? My friend Alma said it does not look like your regular Umber Hulk.
And
You ever seen anything like this?
He takes a closer look. No, I can see what she says. It does look different than your normal Hulk. Yep.
I'm doing an insight check on this Joker.
All right.
I don't like him.
I hate him.
No, I hate the game.
How's a 22?
Inspiration.
Alma,
don't know what the hell's going
you
on,
think he's
but-
investigating, and you're just like nodding
I'm-
along, right?
I'm
Yeah.
clapping for him at
I mean,
this.
he's agreeing with you, right?
Yeah,
uh,
all of that.
22. Tarathiel, you feel like he's been thrown in the deep end,
This is his first day.
basically. That's what you're getting.
Okay.
And he just walked onto the set of Seven going, I don't know.
Yeah. 7 and Stranger Things mixed together, you know.
Yeah.
Yes. Are his
So,
fingers covered in purple ink? That's all I want to know. Did he draw the circle?
No.
Okay.
You would be shocked if he had the know how to do it. You don't recognize him, but like I said, he does have the emblem of the blue crater on
Sure.
his chest.
Have any of you been at a crime scene when the cops show up after the fact?
No,
I can't say I have.
Okay.
I usually run
have.
away long before they get there.
I'm already
It-
gone.
It's actually a lot like this. They show up, they look around, and if there's not
No idea
something
what's-
obvious, if there's not something obvious for them to do, they just kind of log it and then they say, "Okay, bye."
Somebody
And
else
they
will
leave.
take care of this. Yeah. The
It's-
cleanup crew will come.
It's
Yeah.
it's really disconcerting. But if there's nothing that they can do, there's nothing that they can do, right?
Right.
Like, yeah, I was at the shop that I was working at was broken into, and I discovered that when I arrived at work in the morning, and we had to like leave the store closed until the police could show up and investigate. And I got there at 10. They got there at 2:30, and we weren't allowed to let anybody in to look at anything. They were there for 7 minutes. They didn't do anything. It was like blood. The person had cut themselves breaking into the place, and they were like, "Yeah, we can't use any of that," and they just left. I was like, "What? That's it?"
They used
No
ammonia.
testing for prints and
Yeah,
DNA and pictures.
like I've seen CSI, and it's all crap. They don't do any of that.
Investigate everyone on the block.
That's right.
Case of
So he sticks around and answers your questions, but
Sure.
it looks
I
like
mean,
he's like walking towards the door with his hand on the handle, ready to go.
he's got his keys in his hand.
Yeah,
Shaking him.
yeah.
Okay, Ren. Thank you very much for your help.
Oh, yes, it's what I'm here for. If you have any more questions, you can find me. Be happy to help as best I can. Gentlemen, let's go. And the three of them leave.
Get the hell out of here.
It's like,
Yeah,
well, yep.
Before they ask anything else, let's get out of here.
Good job, everyone. Time for tacos.
Too late for the red shirt,
Yeah.
Ren. This is a nice bright blue.
Okay.
And the sergeant finishes taking his notes. There's I'm not going to bring it onto the map, but there's a bunch of more cops there now. There's more guardsmen there now, and they're essentially just kind of keeping the peace, giving you guys a perimeter to check things out. One of them looks at the sergeant like, "What are we doing with this thing?" And they're pointing at the body, and he just yeah.
So we peel
And he
it
just
and
like
make our own.
shrugs, like and he just looks at the four of you. What should we do with this thing?
I wonder if Cowart can make tacos out of it.
Ew.
No.
I'm not sure that hell tacos is.
Hell,
They're
me.
just spicy naturally, right? I mean,
Jathy was wildly uncomfortable around so many police, and throws the hood of his cloak up and is hiding in the corner somewhere.
poof. gone.
I'm right
Is
here, I'm
the
right here, I'm right here.
is
Sorry,
the,
Red, you're not a terrible investigator. It was the script.
the hide of this thing, it's solid?
It's chitinous.
Okay, but is it solid? Is it more or less impact resistant than plate and mail? That's my question.
+1 plate.
By itself, it would not match +1 plate. It would
Okay.
be so. If it's any help, it had an armor class of 18, and it wasn't moving fast, so it was all shell, right? So this thing had just a really hard chitinous shell.
Are the forearm, or does it have like huge like claws or anything like that, like For the
Yes.
picture, it looks like it's got overly large, like forearms.
It does. It's
Okay.
got massive claws and massive mandibles and big
Okay.
bug eyes, and it's actually got 4 eyes, 2 in the front, and then the 2 big bug eyes on the horse eyes. One on each side, top of the head.
Okay.
Fezan's like, a guy used that flail, it killed a person, but also cracked a shell on that hell piece. I'm going to wear it.
I was thinking of making a shield out of one of the forearm pieces, because that's what it looks like. Looks like the size of the right about the
Crawls
right shape for it.
inside it and like does power loader with it.
I'll be in here for a while. Yeah. Get away from her. You can fit inside of this thing.
Ugh.
No,
Perfect.
no.
Yeah,
It doesn't look
absolutely.
good.
Its forearm could be shaped into a shield without a doubt. It could be done if you find the right person to take care of that. It'll be just like a normal. I'd give it like a normal steel shield, And if you wanted, you can enchant that later, and it would cover some of the cost. It would be like, what I'm saying? Like, it wouldn't cost as much to enchant this as it would just a regular metal shield, because it's kind of supernatural.
Mhm.
And you think maybe it might be even a little fire resistant.
Excellent.
But vulnerable to radiant damage.
I was just
Yeah.
thinking the same
Well,
thing.
Yep. Somebody casts heal, and that shield melts.
Boo! That was the worst shield ever.
It's a blade of armor.
All right, he's gonna lop the forearm off this thing.
All right. It lops.
With a staff. He'll-
Yes.
He's got a great sword. He's got a silver great sword.
That works. Yep. You cut it off. It is yours.
The staff does slashing damage anyway. We've all seen it.
Piercing. Depending on how hard you stick them.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else, guys?
Well,
all the
I
injured have been
suppose
tended
we should-
to.
Yes. Injured have been tended to.
Okay.
Find out where Mavu lives and maybe ask him some questions.
All right.
Do we want to see about pursuing the? Excuse
Tinker
me.
Toy? Nah.
The Tinker Toy? Yeah, the clown.
Yeah.
The
Uh,
map change.
The way he was moving, I don't know that would be useful.
He could be around 35 corners and getting changed into a business suit before we found him.
Yep.
Wipe that makeup off, he could be anyone.
Okay. In that case, let's go see Lord Mav. Who? Mavu?
Mavu.
Purple Lord. Take that, Blue
Purple.
Duke.
The
Now we
purple.
have a Purple Lord.
Who got the Blue Duke, the Purple Lord, and the Blue Cross. Or the Red Cross. Sorry, I messed it up completely.
So you're not really sure where Mavu lives. It's not. He doesn't have like a noble house. You'd have.
So
to,
was this Mavu Imports we were at?
it was Mavu's main warehouse on the map.
Number 11.
I'm just looking at 13 as Mavu Imports.
Right. That's his shop, which is right next door. It's like
We're at
it's
11,
attached.
which is the...
See, 11 and 13. It's all one big building.
Ah.
Right. So it was shaped
Oh, I
like
see.
L. The warehouse
it.
is the big part. The shop is like the little part.
I'm still spelling Mavu wrong.
Yeah, I did too. It's Maavu. Let's
All
put
these
that in
vowels.
Ma'avu.
So maybe 13 Mavu Imports?
Ah,
Sounds like the main room.
So that's where you were just there investigating. That's where Rathiel found the door that had been picked open.
Oh,
Oh,
two,
so we've
those
already
two-
been there.
Okay.
Do you see what I'm saying? Let me go
Yeah.
back to the map. Let me just
Okay,
just,
so
just
we've
to
already
be,
been
just to
there.
be clear. Yeah. Going back to the street map, and you can see here, I'm pinging the little building.
Mm-hmm.
That's Mavu's imports. This is the warehouse.
Okay.
And
You know what I mean?
did we clear imports pretty well? That's what Tarathiel went in, found the lock had been picked, and That was the extent of that.
Yeah, he was looking for. He was investigating, and he rolled like a 22.
Oh, okay.
So he investigated the entire building, like that little small area.
Mhm.
He was primarily looking to see whether the lock had been picked or whatever, been just finagled. But I incorporated in that. Like, he didn't really, because nothing's there. I didn't say anything.
Yeah.
Where the shop was normal.
Okay. So he
it's-
pulled up the logbook and he's like hammer, 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 toilet, nail, 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 Umber Hulk, nail, nail, nail. Yeah,
right.
he's found it.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
everything's fine.
How are you?
We're all fine here.
There we go.
Oh no.
Back to the big map.
Okay, so we need to find out where Mavu hangs his hat.
Is there? I mean, we did. Sorry, not Farazan's asking. Jamie's asking. I mean, have we found people in the past just like asking around, or people have just directed us to the sergeant? Is he still there? Can we ask him?
Yeah, he's still there, and sure. Let me see if he knows. There's just a chance he may not know. He actually lives on Obsidian Street, over closer to the Koinixie, which is on the eastern side of the very eastern side of the Cauldron map, number 19, and he gives you directions that it's maybe the other end of the block.
Okay.
Where I'm pinging. Yeah.
Okay.
He's in there. I'm not sure the exact which house it is. I just know he lives a little north of the Koinixie in that block. Yeah.
Thank you. Then we will go start knocking on doors.
I'm going to go back to the barracks, turn in my report, check on things. If you don't mind, if you find something out, would you come let us know?
We can do that. Thank you.
Thank you. And the 3 guards that were there, they look around, see the dead body, shrug, and head out.
It's not their job.
Pretty much. And you get a lot of that. Like the MTA, all the guards. Like that one, he arrested a looter, but he saw them looting. Nobody was hurt. The fight was over. There's damage, but the sergeant took his notes. Like they're there, and just like Mike was saying, they just came and they left. They did as little as possible, and then they head on back.
I don't want it to sound bad. There is nothing that they can do at this
Right.
point. Like,
Right.
This is not their jurisdiction.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, at this point, they can't rebuild Mavus, and they're not going to take care of this hellish Umber Hulk. So they've done their report, and everybody's safe now. I told them, I think it was off air after last week. There was this fight was designed so stupidly complex. Like it had rounds that this happened, the next round this happens, and da 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 da. And one of the things that happens is on the second floor, one of the ladies, a mother, gets charmed by the Umber Hulk, and like sets her baby on the ledge, and like somebody's supposed to notice it and go save the baby. Like it's ridiculous what they have in here that's supposed to happen during this fight.
Someone watched The Untouchables, right? With the baby in the pram going down the steps while they're firing the machine guns.
No.
Haven't seen that one.
Oh
Sorry.
yeah. In the
In the pram.
The perambulator.
That's not
I
a
don't know.
word.
Do you guys use the word
It's a
pram?
stroller.
It's just-
Stroller.
I was thinking carriage. Yeah. Anyway, you guys are heading over to
Vocabulary.
the area around Mavu's house.
How did we figure out where that was?
East.
Well, you're going to the block, right?
Okay.
I mean, you don't know specifically. I'm just moving everybody.
We're just going to a fancy neighborhood and making a ruckus until it shows up.
And you're all covered in gore. Well,
Not
everybody. I'd say Farazan and Alma are just thoroughly covered in some sort of
Bug.
bug gore. Tarathiel, Khaldun, you never really got that close.
Mm-mm.
So you head to this area, and what's the approach? What are you guys doing? Like, this is a residential area. I mean, it's obviously very, very. It's been a while, but the socioeconomical division of Cauldron is the further out from the lake you get, the higher up, like the more rich. This is where all the nobles live, and yada yada yada. So you're in the ritzy neighborhood of Cauldron, and they're just people. There are the kiosks of people selling food, but it's a different kind of quality. There are people strolling, walking up and down. But this is not a business area, and you get strange looks, but everybody knows who you are, so they're not like thief, whatever, something bad's in town. But
Giant.
yeah, but they do give you a wide berth. They see you coming, they'll cross the road, or, not like hurry, like run across the road, but they see you, they'll get out of your way.
Well,
Thank you.
before
All
someone
the
gets
beds
out
were
of the
too small.
way,
I want to wash up.
Okay. All right. Where are you gonna go back to the church?
I don't know. I could just probably hide in some good brush cover and make it happen. I can create water at this point.
So
right here.
Do any of you
10
have
gallons.
prestidigitate or thaumaturgy or anything like that? Any of those useless cantrips?
I have Mage Hand.
I don't need any help. Thank you.
Yeah, exactly.
That seems weird.
All right.
I mean, I have thaumaturgy, but
You have thaumaturgy?
yeah.
All right. So those are those minor wish cantrips that you can just do little things. You can clean yourself up with thaumaturgy. Just bam, you're clean,
Okay.
and you can bam clean Farazan of, clean clothes, perfume, whatever.
Farazan, do you want to be clean?
If it would keep people from looking at me even stranger, then yes.
That I clean him.
Okay. Yeah, you can clean everybody up in just a matter of seconds, so no problem. So you're clean. You don't have to hide in the bush and dump water on your head.
What
Okay.
is that smell?
Nothing can clean Fezan's soul.
It is essence of mammoth. Nothing smells like a wet mammoth in the summertime.
Yeah, he's completely clean. He's magically clean. What does that smell? I don't. What? It doesn't make any sense.
It's eucalyptus mint.
I don't smell onions anymore.
It's
What's going on?
lavender.
Lavender.
New glide smell.
Old Spice.
Old Spice. Look at me. Look at the Ember Hulk. Look at me. Look back. Look at the Ember Hulk.
Look at the lake.
Look at like I have diamonds. Sorry.
So you're walking down the street and you're just cleaning gore off yourself.
Yeah.
And you finally get to Obsidian Avenue, to the area close to the Nixie. And actually, I've forgotten what is number 10. What's 10?
It's the one after 9.
Cusp
The
of Sunrise.
cusp of sunrise.
Yeah. So you have been to the Cusp of Sunrise. No, you've been to the Koi Nixie. Excuse me.
Yes.
That's where you went and had the banquet and saw the
Fancy.
play.
Yeah.
But you've heard of the Cusp of Sunrise, and it's another upscale. You don't have to be a noble to get into the Cusp of Sunrise. The Koi Nixie is by invite only. You have to be nobility. I mean, you're not even supposed to walk in unless you're wearing 100 gold worth of jewelry, that kind of thing. Koi Nixie is more like just a very expensive restaurant. So again, what's your approach? I think I heard Heath say when somebody's trying to cross the road or get out of the way.
Yeah, when I see someone try to veer, give us a wide berth, I'll intercept them. I will accost them. And
You will narrow the berth.
Grab him by their.
yeah,
Knock 'em out, knock 'em out.
yeah. I'll set an intercept course.
Okay.
And I just walk up to him as excuse me, we're looking for Lord Mavu. Would you happen to know which one of these houses is his?
You're looking for Lord Malvo. Do you know what? Okay, you blurred there for a second. So you cross the street to intercept, and you see them hurry their gait up a little bit, and they're looking.
No.
They side. Yeah, no. They side eye you.
Hey,
You intercept them. Yes. He goes out. And a minute later, he wakes up. You're just standing over him with your greatsword
Hi.
drawn. Blue Crater Academy dangling from the hilt. I have a question for you.
Hello.
Yes. Yes. What?
Can you tell me which one it is?
I don't know what you asked me. Could you repeat the question, sir?
Is he serious?
Yes. You scared
I
the hell
get
out
a
of him.
little closer and I look at him like I'm examining him, right?
And he's just
Like-
staring at your nose.
It's like, we're looking for the domicile of Lord Mavu.
Oh, and he stands up and dusts himself off.
I didn't really put him to sleep.
Yeah, he did.
What?
He points 2 houses down around the block on the back side, and he's basically pointing to this area that I'm pinging.
Okay.
It's back there. I mean, he's not home, but that's where he lives.
How do you know he's not home?
I saw him leave this morning, out of town. He was horse and carriage leaving town. Left
I was
out.
gonna say, of course I know him. He's me.
Lord Mavu's a name I haven't heard in a long time. A long time. I'm
Oh.
assuming he went out the east gate. Don't know.
Oh, well, that's helpful. Thank you. I pull out my pouch, get a gold coin, put it in his hand. You've been very helpful.
He takes it. He looks at you. Puts it in his pocket.
So I assume Lord Mavo has staff at his house, mansion thing.
That is an assumption. I have no idea.
You have no idea?
That's-
Okay.
Ask that
No,
guy.
I've never been there. He's not the friendliest of people. I mean, he's not unfriendly. He just doesn't invite people, or he doesn't entertain guests. If he does, he goes to another. He goes to the Nixie.
I see.
don't know why he's allowed in the Nixie. It's not nobility, but if he's invited, he's allowed.
Oh, okay. You've been very helpful. I reach in my
How is
pouch,
he-
get another gold
Lord-
piece. Thank you very much.
He doesn't hold his hand up to take it. He's just staring at you.
Okay.
How is he not nobility if people call him Lord Mavu?
He shrugs.
Okay.
He is a wealthy merchant. Maybe it's an honorary title, but he doesn't come from noble blood.
Farazan kind of taps Dorathiel on the shoulder and says, so it doesn't make any sense to me. I've just now learned this. But I thought Lord was nobility.
You know what this means? If we have enough money, we're lords.
It's an
Start
honorary.
buying-
You have to you have to be grandfathered in or honorary. Maybe
Well,
some people just give themselves titles. Look at Dr. Dre. I don't know.
God,
He's a
just-
medical
maybe it's his Christian name. That's just his first name is Lord.
Lord.
LOHRD.
Well,
Low
okay.
aired.
Maybe he's Irish. It's Laird or Scottish. I don't know what it is.
Well, let's go knock on his door.
Okay. Go around the corner, and it's not. Again, it's not like some of these noble houses that have gates and like fences and walls and all these things. It's just a very large and nice, small mansion. And front door, you walk up, knock on the door, nothing.
Do you need me to pick it?
That might be difficult to cover.
Not yet.
Yeah.
Yet.
I mean, he's the victim here, right? I mean, I don't think breaking into his house is the next right move.
Mm-mm.
Of course. That's what you always do.
Sir, can you look in any windows? Is it?
Why is the rogue arguing for not breaking into the rich person's house?
Yeah,
How did this happen? How did
Yeah.
we get here?
Who are you?
Morals are switching around here. Yeah, the curtains aren't closed. They're pulled back, like, letting the light in, and you can look at some of the lower windows, and it's a rich house, pianos, couches, big screen TV, 72-inch diagonal.
Oh my god,
Um,
you guys don't believe.
All right, now I want
He's-
to break in.
he's
The
got
TV.
he's got both the PlayStation 5 and the new Xbox X.
I'm in.
That's what you're saying.
PlayStation 5. That's worth a lordship on its own.
I would like to summon Pazel, like unpocket her,
Okay.
and just have her fly around and look in windows and see if she can see anything moving inside.
More of the same. Just the inside of a very rich house. No people.
But
nothing,
no servants, no nothing like that.
no people in the movement, nothing like that.
Perfect. We can look around.
I guess that, what are we looking for? The reason for coming here was to try and get a lead on why somebody would do what they did to the warehouse.
I think it might be better to go to the little club that he goes to try to get access into there.
If it's the
Yeah,
Koi
like-
Nixie, we probably can't get in the front door.
You could try.
Cusp of Sunrise is where he goes a lot.
Oh.
More than the Koi Nixie.
Hmm.
Okay,
I mean,
probably get in there.
we did have
Yeah.
some fancy suits we got from Kalen's.
Yes, you do have your which reminds me, Alma, you didn't ever get to meet or get fancy Kalen the Clothier's stuff. So we're gonna talk about that sometime, because you were invited to the ball, but you weren't obviously weren't playing at the time. So we're gonna talk, and you're gonna have some sort of gown that you had made as well.
Okay.
By the way. Anyway, yeah, you can get into the Koi Nixie.
The Koi Nixie or the Cup of Sunrise?
I'm sorry, the cusp of sunrise you can get into. I keep
I
saying
like
Koi
cusp better. Drink some
Nixie. You can
sunrise.
bring that up with the owner.
I have an opportunity for you. Rebranding.
It's one
Can
less
we come
letter.
in? But also your brand is shit.
Can we come in? We hate it here.
Ew. Ew.
So yeah, the four of you head down to the cusp of sunrise, and you're stopped at the front door by the doorman. Just basically, do you have reservations? Because right now it's noon, right? Noon 11. It's pretty full. Do you have reservations? There's no
We do not.
here. Well, we are by reservation only. Would you like to make some reservations?
I believe we would.
All right. And he, come inside. And he opens the door. He says, go inside and talk to the maitre d'. Is that the right word? I don't know. And there's a guy standing there at the podium with a book, and he's like, hello. Would you like to make reservations? They have the same voice. We have some
Brother.
openings.
We
Yes.
hear you're the mated.
Maynard. We have some openings tonight. We can get a table of 4 in approximately 6 hours.
But that table is open right there. I can see it.
Nothing
Yes.
you can do? Nothing?
Well, I'm doing it. I'm setting up a reservation for you for later.
What about now?
That I'm still doing that.
Is it?
Yeah.
By any chance, are you expecting Lord Mavu this evening?
Ready? Don't normally, he's flipping through the pages, give out this information to just anyone.
I pull out my pouch.
Oh, we were hoping to meet up with him for dinner.
Oh, I see. A table for 5 then. And he's looking down his book. I don't have him down today. Oh,
Maybe we have the wrong day. I mean, he would have made the booking, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure we would have had someone do it for him. But he tends to be a hands-on. He does most of his own day-to-day things. He was here yesterday. Okay, I have the 5 of you down for 6.
Thanks.
We'll be here.
All right. Is there anything else? I have many things to attend to.
Please don't let us get in the way.
Oh, he closes the book. I shan't. He wanders off.
Should have that cleaned up.
Maybe he just left.
Yeah, he just walked back into the where the tables are. Back into the restaurant to look around, see if there's anybody that needs anything. He's not a waiter, but like he's the concierge kind of thing.
Maybe we can talk to the folks at the East Gate.
Oh, the guards?
If they
Yeah,
if they saw him leave, we can talk to
Okay.
them.
that's a good call.
File a flight plan before leaving the city.
I mean,
Well,
have we
if
addressed the
it's-
thing about the guards yet? Like that the guard captain is like making an entire army underneath the city.
We have not addressed that.
Can we? Would that be a good idea
That's a
considering there
negative.
was
Have
a
not
half orc
addressed
that showed up today
the
at the
half-orc
crime
army.
scene?
It's right on the to-do list after learn Esperanto.
Okay. I just didn't want anyone to forget. Because you're talking about talking to guards, so we might not be able to trust guards. So
Yeah, I mean, who do you report the guard captain to?
I think that's the question.
Well, I think you would report him to the mayor, but we don't know that he's not dodgy too.
He's probably a beholder.
Everyone is a beholder.
That's 7
That-
beholders in
That's
Cauldron
the
right now.
campaign.
To be
Well,
fair,
look
we've
at the
seen.
shape of the town.
Yeah, that's right.
It's a Pac-Man holder.
I mean, to be fair, we've seen some of these half-orc guards doing guard work, right? Like
You
they
just
are
did.
being
You-
they're being policemen. They're doing
you
their
did
job.
just see- Yep.
They're not really doing anything.
Well, he was doing as much as the other 3 humans were. He
Sure.
was
Yeah.
doing the job. God, this feels like such an anti-cop episode. It's really not. It's just
Yeah,
how,
yeah.
how things happen.
Like we
So
are
you
level
load up-
7 adventurers. The police do not show up and shoot at Umberhawks. That's not,
Right.
not what they do.
Yeah. I mean, so you think about it, right? If you guys hadn't been there, that thing would have just wrecked blocks and blocks before what? I mean, maybe if there had been 100 guards fighting it and these piddly mages casting, maybe they could have taken it down. But look at how much trouble the 4 of you had without just the confusion. They would be killing each other.
Mhm.
So it's kind of a good thing that you came by when you did.
Staring.
So I
So
guess
what
are we
you're-
like
Yes. Yes, you in the back. Yes, you.
I was going to say, what you're trying to say is the last laugh is actually good. By luring us into the confusion bug, we actually save the city.
I mean, good, evil. They don't really go into those concepts in D&D 5e. So.
I just guess like are we operating on like the thought process of like they don't know that we know that we know?
Now they know.
I think so.
Like-
I mean, like at this point, yeah, we've established that something screwy is going on, but
Mhm.
we know that it is happening, but we don't know what the ultimate goal is or anything like that. So at this point, it's just like we walk up to someone and ah, what ah. I mean,
Yeah. Okay.
We could
Like,
anyways,
like the 2 ladies that you're
kidnap a
looking at in the
half-orc,
street.
torture them. It'd be great.
Yeah, I'm
That's
just
the
gonna
thing.
I'm gonna go full Gru and just like sleep, sleep,
Just
sleep. Just start knocking people out.
kidnap a guardsman, and then we'll interrogate them.
So about the guardsmen, if we had not seen any half-orcs
Mhm.
out and about in the daylight, I think I would be concerned. But since we're seeing them actually bolster the ranks of the guards, I mean, the fact that they're coming in the back door is a little odd, but they're not being hidden, which is also kind of
Yeah, there
strange.
there
Almost
was a town
worse.
crier announcement.
There was.
Yeah.
There was a Crown Tire announcement that the first ever half-orc guardsman would have been hired that day.
Yeah.
Of course, granted, that was months ago, about six months ago, give or take.
Yeah.
Which matches up with Zodin's time frame of how long they've been down there doing that.
So yeah, so the real oddity is the fact that they're not coming through the gate, that they're coming through a cave.
Being smuggled in. Yep.
They're being
Yeah.
slowly kind of put into the ranks. Like it's happening.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we can investigate that. I'm just not really sure what we would do.
Oh, I just wanted to make sure that everybody was on the same page about like the guards before we went and just started talking to them and taking good information from them.
So
I'm-
let it be
I'm-
known, I don't trust them.
Okay.
Yeah, same.
I think
I need
that's the-
clear
I
communication.
feel like that's the general consensus these days.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. We can still go talk to him though.
Yeah.
It's a good time killer.
Yeah. Eastgate.
So you're going to the gate, East Gate. Fiddling with my maps. Okay, and there are several guardsmen down there at the gate, more during the day than at night because there's more traveling, more business, and people in and out through the gates. And one of them sees you walking up and just nods. The other one's talking to somebody with a cart, and they're paying their taxes, and you hear the merchant grumbling about the taxes. And as you get closer, the guard notices that you're coming to him, so he kind of doesn't get to attention, but he straightens up.
Mhm.
Can I help you?
Hi.
Hello.
We were trying to meet up with Lord Mavu, and we understand we just missed him. Did you happen to see him go through the gate? We were trying to catch up with him.
Lord Mavu.
You know, the merchant guy?
Sure, yeah. And hang on one second. Let him finish up, and I'll ask him. We keep ledger of who comes in and out, specifically merchants and things like that. He moves a lot. So hang on a second. A few seconds pass by, and this next cart goes through, and this other guard walks up. No.
I reached in my pouch and pulled out a gold piece and says, "You're doing a great job today, by the way."
Which one do you hand it to?
The guy that's helping me.
Well, there's two. One that you were talking to, and one with the book.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize that. I give one to each of them.
Oh, okay. Well,
We're gonna
they
go
both
King
take it.
Solomon and just snap it in
And
half and give them half each.
Yeah, right. They both stick it in their pockets. Sure, and he hands you the ledger. Here, you take a look at it, and you flip through, and you can see it's separated by day. No listing of Lord Mavu coming out or in this gate
Okay.
Ever?
today.
Oh.
Could I look to the prior couple of days?
Yeah, you flip back a week or two, and you see a couple of times where he's come and left the gate.
So he hasn't left recently.
No,
Definitely not. Okay.
within a week,
So-
maybe a week ago, he left.
I see.
Does he normally do his deliveries himself, or does he have employees that act on his behalf?
Well, kind of both. He does have employees because he's got a fairly large business, but when he does his trades, he likes to do the trading himself. So he kind of a hands-on guy. I know Matt's used that word. It's not like, I don't know if I'm about no goblins. It's not like that, but they're giving you the gist of he likes to get out there and do his own thing. And this is the exit that goes to Sassuring. That's his number one port where he gets most of his import and export going.
Okay. I hand the book back to the guard. Thank you very much.
Oh, my pleasure. Anything else?
If do you think we should check the other gates, or Is there anybody else that might possibly know we could talk to about his whereabouts? We've never dealt with him before.
You certainly could check the other gates. I doubt he just doesn't go those ways, but
Oh, okay.
maybe he did. I can't answer that, to be honest.
Okay.
All I can tell you is we haven't seen him come through here in a week, and he definitely did not come through here today. At least not when we've been here, and we got here at dawn.
Okay. Well, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Any,
Thank you.
Any ideas?
So just to be clear, he left like a week ago. Did he come back a week ago?
Yes. Yeah. Like the
Okay.
last
So
last
the
journal
last time
entry
that
was
he
him
left
coming
the city
back
and
in.
come back.
Yeah. Yeah.
Since he didn't either he didn't go out the gate, or he paid someone not to notice that he went out the gate. I'm getting the vibe now that perhaps he was tipped off that something bad was going to happen, and he kind of fled.
Yeah, made a show of leaving,
Insurance
maybe?
scam.
It's an insurance
The worst kind of white collar crime.
scam.
Alma, your just basic perception and insight, you do not feel like these guards are lying at all. Like they're being completely honest. He has not been through this gate today. And when the ledger says, "Excuse me," there's another cart coming up. He steps away, but the original one's still standing there with you.
Okay.
Do we have any
I just looked at the
ways-
guards. At this point, we're kind of worried about his safety now, because one of his warehouses was just destroyed.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Is it on fire? And you see him looking over across. So looking above like the building in front of you, just looking for smoke.
No, it was torn down by a giant beetle.
Farazan
Yeah,
holds
standard
up
hell-based.
the arm.
He just starts laughing. He starts laughing, and then he looks at the arm, and he stops laughing. Huh. Well,
Yeah.
We caught it red-handed.
guys, that's what you do, I guess. You adventure types.
Okay.
No, I haven't seen him. He wasn't here today. I mean, we see people travel. I couldn't tell you if I've seen him this week. I couldn't tell you I hadn't, just because I just don't pay attention,
It's a good trait for a guardsman.
Well, we look for trouble, and he smiles. But we're paying attention to the road. We're collecting taxes and things like that. So,
Could you send us word the next time you see him?
yes, and he pats his pocket. Absolutely, he does.
Yeah.
Where can I send word?
Farazan looks at Khaldun and kind of, points at his pouch again. I think he wants more gold.
No, sir. No. It's like he was thinking, like, am I going to do this? And he touches his pocket and goes, oh, sure. Yes, I will absolutely send you word. Where would you like us to let you know?
Would you please send word to the Blue Courier Academy?
Yes. Yes, I can.
Just leave a message for me there.
I will do that.
Thank you very much.
And Tarathiel, watching this entire exchange and having had the conversation with Alma about corrupt guards on the way here, is like, never attribute to malice that which can be explained through greed.
Right? They're not evil. They just like money.
They just like
Yeah.
money.
It's a
Just
superpower.
like everybody else.
Everyone has a price, apparently.
Well, maybe if we knew who his business associates were. I mean, he is a merchant. He's got a ton of warehouses. Somebody's got to be buying his stuff.
Who do we know?
It's
definitely
Do we know any other
suspicious.
merchants
Sky,
besides Sky?
Sky maybe might. Sky might. If he gets stuff for Sky.
So you do know that his number one buyer is the city guard. He has the contract to supply them the arms and weapons. And Sky deals exclusively in magical stuff.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Items, weapons, armor. So she wouldn't be buying that stuff from him.
Okay.
And it sounds like she's got her own little network of eyes and ears looking for magic items out in the greater area herself anyway. So you don't think Sky would know much.
I mean, he's a lord. I guess we could go and talk to Valantro. I don't think we can just walk up to his house and talk to him, though.
Yeah,
Sometimes he
Volantrue,
can.
He's not the easiest person. I think we may have drank from that well a little bit much recently. Let's see who else. I'm looking at. I have my map out. I'm looking.
You are here.
We're just standing at the east gate with a tourist map.
Let's see.
No, that way's east.
Yeah. Let's see. There's a livery.
Elmo reaches out and just turns the map 90 degrees.
Can we go to the brewery?
There's a provisions place. You know, Xanathor's Provisions? Maybe. Might get stuff from him.
The brewery is the Tipped Tankard Tavern.
Tipped Tankard.
T3.
Yeah, that's where Art is. I'm not talking to him right now.
Yeah, I have a bunch of fireball spells saved up just for that place.
Yeah.
The Burnt Tankard Inn.
Yes.
Can we swing by the blacksmith shop?
Yeah, there's a smithy, there's a livery, and there is a provisions place. Maybe one of them might deal with him. The smithy's pretty close to here.
I think so. I need to
Yeah, it's
drop
right
this
there.
off for some work anyway.
I apologize if this has been brought up, but do we know what he imports and exports?
He does mainly weapons and armor.
Weapons.
And
Okay, you said that. I'm sorry, I just didn't write
That's
it
okay.
down.
That's all right. Weapons, armor, equipment.
Yeah, he
Since his number one contract is the city guard, that's pretty much
That's right.
90% of his stuff.
Okay.
But I
Sorry.
think that's
okay.
yeah. I mean,
He's an arms dealer.
I thought I saw the look across your face, Rachel, when he's like, "Yeah, his primary supply of the city guard." I was like,
I
yeah,
know, I'm sorry.
suspicious.
Yeah.
And he does wholesale like metals, like iron. So he supplies Gurnazarn for one.
Okay.
Just any of the smiths.
Right.
Gurnazarn being the biggest doesn't mean it's the only. It's just all the other ones are like mom and pop versus Gurnazarn being Walmart or whatever. Bad analysis. He's a good guy, but like the big mega place versus just the little tinker stuff.
Okay. Let's head to Gurnazar's smithy. I don't remember.
All
Is
right.
it number 24?
Yep, that's
Right on.
24. Just
Yeah.
around the corner. You head to Gurnazard's, and he's there, and he's got a few of his apprentices there, and you guys walk in, and he's just like, welcome. Good to see you again. Come in. What can I do for you? You're in for another weapon? You want me to upgrade that? I mean, he reaches out for your staff, Farazan. This
He puts the arm like on the workbench. It's just thud.
the arm. Oh, he's reaching for your staff.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
like pointing at your staff. That's a bug.
It has a very tough hide. I was wondering if you could turn this into a shield.
He reaches back, grabs a hammer. Wow, yeah, sure does. For you? Yeah, I can do that.
Excellent. And we also have some questions. Do you have
Okay.
dealings with Lord Mavu?
Sure. Yeah, I buy his iron. Sometimes he buys my weapons when he's importing is running low. He has to buy from me to supply. Yeah, I've dealt with him before.
We are trying to find him. One of his warehouses was destroyed by this thing. And he kind of points at the arm.
I'd heard there was some sort of commotion up that way, but I didn't know what. And he's looking at it now. He's turning it over. He's like examining it. You can see the wheels turning his head. How he's going to turn this into a shield. And he's not really looking at you. He's looking at the thing like, what was it? He's got a like a sharp something and a knife. He's starting to like cut it off.
Yeah. It is some sort of Umber Hulk, but it is not a normal one, though I don't know exactly what that means.
Hell based.
What he said.
Hell Beast Umberhulk. And he like picks it up, he licks it.
Ah,
Just lost Rachel.
So Matt just wanted somebody to lick it. He
no,
just
that was
really wanted
Alma.
somebody
That
to lick
wasn't
it.
me. That was Alma. She was like, ew.
Well,
Wouldn't be my first choice.
I've eaten worse, and he's flipping over. Can't say I've ever fought one before. I've heard all about them. You know, being from under the mountains, that's usually where they find them. That's kind of an odd thing to have around the city. And he's still working on this thing as you're sitting there talking.
Yeah, we're on
Someone
the top of
appar-
the mountain.
Yeah, technically, we're in a mountain, right? I mean, we're in the
Yeah.
caldera.
You know, mountain pocket.
Mountain pocket.
Hot pocket.
It's a volcano. Yeah.
Farazan says we believe it was summoned into the middle of the warehouse, but we are unsure as to why or who did it.
It was in his. Oh. I guess it's pretty trash then. It's a big old arm. That big, well, what, 10, 15 feet tall?
I don't remember. What was it? 20?
Sounds about right. Yeah, it was pretty tall.
Huh. And by this point, he's got the shell off the top of the arm, and the arm's like on the ground beside it, and he's flipped it over and he's working on it still. Well, like I said, my pappy told me all about them when I was growing up, told me how bad they were, and I never saw one. But yeah, I've heard about it all my life.
Do you know anyone else that deals with Lord Mavu in bulk that we might ask to see if they know where he is?
Well, just let me clarify. I don't do it in bulk. It's just every once in a while. I buy my iron from him. I mean, I know he's got a contract with the guards. That's kind of a heated debate among some of the other exporters. Everyone wants the best contracts, and you get a city contract that's obviously one of the best.
Who would be one of the importers that's upset with his contract?
I mean, nothing big has come out, but I mean, maybe Xanathor's, but he doesn't do weaponry.
What does Xanathor do?
He's a provisioner, day-to-day stuff. Some of the things that Mavu sells, like rope and just equipment, things like that, but not really weapon. Honestly, I might be the biggest run for Mavu's money when it comes to weaponry. That's all I make. I make weapons and armor here. I don't make horseshoes or things like that. That's for the smaller smiths around here.
Do you make hell-based summoning circles?
He's turned around, grabs a leather strap, and you see him grab a buckle, and he's got a couple of rivets. No, that's no.
Tarathiel slides his knife back into his pouch. To a sheath.
It's still dripping. Like, I gotta use it.
All right, then.
He licks the knife.
Yeah.
Shouldn't have done that.
Should have licked it.
Ought not have done that. Ought not have done that.
Oh, that's funny.
No, honestly, I mean, Mavu has been kind of being really vocal about the increased taxes over the last couple of months. I mean, I'm feeling the pinch pretty hard myself, but the import and exporting, you coming in and out of the walls, you're paying half your money just to get in and out of Cauldron these days. The taxes have really gone up.
Is there a reason given for that?
Well, I mean, all the local trouble that's been happening. The Lord Mayor just says that we need the money to increase security and keep the people safe from all these dangers, Plus, that flooding apparently cost a fortune to keep the roads, paying the guards to take care of the water and the crater. Just cost of living, I guess. But yeah, the taxes, I don't know, quadrupled in the last 6 months.
Wow.
Whoa.
And Mavu was not happy with it, complained about it a lot, even refused to refused to keep paying those taxes at that level. He stopped paying his taxes.
Oh. Okay. If someone were to stop paying taxes, what would happen?
I guess you'd maybe be arrested. I mean, they've never been that forceful in the past. If you're not paying taxes, you get a fine. You got so much time to pay it. If you don't pay it, you're gonna lose your business. I mean, he could lose his business. But I gotta say, these they actually have tax collectors now that are coming around, and that's new. That's never happened before.
In accordance with the Taxation Act 1923, subsection A, paragraph B, you will now have an Umberhawk summoned in your business.
Oh, do you have inspiration? That's fantastic. I'm writing that down.
That's funny. You have to clip that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. What time is it? 1:48. Yep.
So,
Yeah.
all right.
Enter the log.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, everybody's grumbling, of course. Nobody likes taxes to go up, but I don't know. I can see it, right? I mean, there's been a lot of damage. Things have been weird here lately.
Is there anyone else that has been particularly vocal about their taxes?
Well, I mean, everybody is, but they pay it.
And no one else is refusing to pay?
Not that I know of. Hell, they're even taxing churches.
Good.
Maybe we get healthcare.
Right?
I wonder if the last laugh pays their taxes.
Hmm.
Yeah. But the last laugh is probably on the payroll. I didn't say that. Didn't say that.
Didn't say that.
Didn't say that. Nope.
Yeah. So he turns up and he looks at the arcane eye that's
Yeah, exactly. He's
watching
looking up
us.
at the camera like,
I didn't say that.
didn't say that. Nope. Nope.
It's very Hagrid. Oop, shouldn't have said that.
Yeah.
Shouldn't have said
I
that.
should have said that.
That's funny.
And he hands you over your shield.
Oh, that was
you go.
quick.
That was cool.
Yeah, he's been working just the whole time, and what he's done is just added a couple of leather straps and riveted them in. It is pretty light, but it is as good as a regular shield.
Okay.
And he so hang on a second. Let's see that real quick. He takes it over, pours a little molten metal on it, and it just rivets right off. Probably going to save you some fire too.
Oh.
Excellent.
Pretty cool.
You might want to have Alma create water over it.
Cool it
Still
off.
got still got a bit of Umberhawk there. Hanging off,
Little red.
dangly bits.
Just like tatters of flesh hanging from the inside of it. He asked me to clean it.
It's it's artisanal Umberhawk shield. Bespoke.
It's a deconstructed taco.
Yeah. How much do I owe you?
It's on the house. Come back, you want to buy something, upgrade something, you let me know. But good on you for taking care of it. Good on you for helping out the city. I like you boys and ma'am. So, yeah, we're friends.
Don't have to pay any taxes if you don't make any money.
Yeah, that's it. He's like, I ain't say no more, wank.
No to me. Okay. We thank you very much.
My pleasure.
And he says, so what's the plan to everybody else?
So a rich guy that's a lord but isn't really nobility refuses to pay his taxes and goes missing on the same day that his warehouse explodes with Hellbeast.
Mm-hmm. and the last laugh is somehow involved. So if let's assume for a second that the last laugh is some sort of tool of the nobility,
Mhm.
then it's entirely possible that he's pissed somebody off, either the guard or whatever, and they're using the last laugh to do something like this to get at him, to send a message.
Mhm. Mhm. All right.
It's getting thick. Coward just posted, man, this plot's getting thick.
Bum bum bum. Yeah.
Need 2 straws to get this plot.
It's upside down right thick.
Oh man. Oh,
So
man.
what's next?
It's kind of just dawning on Tarathiel that the last laugh is an even more difficult challenge to take down if they're enmeshed with the nobility of the city somehow.
Should we see if we can kick over a rock until we can find someone in the last laugh?
So I'm thinking we need to get away from ears that can listen to this conversation.
Yeah, I was thinking, are we having this conversation in front of?
Everybody just turned their backs to him. It's like,
Yeah,
To the murder
we're
basement.
We're standing in the middle of the dirt road, and there's a crowd of like 37 people, and they're all nodding like, that makes sense. Yeah, you should do that.
Oh, you know what you should try next? Go up
That's a
there.
good
I heard
point.
that one guy, and he owes me money.
Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm, mhm.
To the murder basement.
Meanwhile, in the basement of murder.
Bang, pow.
Shaplow.
All right. So you guys heading to,
Well,
where are you heading?
I need to swing by Blue Crater really quick. I need to buy something that might help us investigate this issue.
Okay.
I need to buy a spell.
All right. Like a scroll or
That's locate plot hook.
Actual scribe the spell
scribe the scroll. Scribe
Yeah.
the spell. Okay.
into my
So
book. Yeah.
That's going to take you out for a couple hours because it does take a
Yep.
little time.
Yep.
During that time, anybody else want to do anything?
I mean, I'm mildly tempted to try and convince Boxy and or Twerp to break into Mavu's house and like pose as a piece of furniture and give them
Just
the
keep it
stone
around.
of sending and say,
Observe.
just let us know if anybody shows up.
Yeah, so I'm thinking the same thing. I think we might be able to find something, correspondence of some kind, a ledger, something in his house that might point to somebody saying, pay up or else. But if I can get the spell Arcane Eye, then I can send the eye into the house and look around without actually having to break anything.
We can also send Pazel into the house without breaking anything.
True.
How big's the house?
Yeah, because in theory, you can just summon her on the other side of the glass.
Yeah, that's actually what I thought you were going to do.
I thought you did that.
No,
He-
I didn't send
she
her
flew
inside. I
outside.
looked in the,
Uh,
Yeah, she checked like the perimeter. I mean, she would be within 100 feet at all times.
Okay, all right. So I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So yeah, if she
in
if
some
she-
corners, maybe not, but she could see everything, and you could see through her eyes.
Okay.
All right.
So
Yeah,
let's
sure.
do that.
When-
Let me recon, and then if we find something like a room or some papers or something, then at that point maybe we can send in the Tarathiel.
But before we move past this, Mike just had the most beautiful idea. We need to train up a squadron of mimics to be our spies throughout Cauldron.
Oh, we need to purchase an antique shop, is what we need.
Exactly.
There's already an antique shop. It's Tygot's Old Things.
That's fine. That's fine. We can.
Number 12.
Do they cater to the rich and famous in the city?
Yes, mostly, but anybody in particular.
Old things. This is a very old rock.
I'm just waiting for the. Yes, Lord Valantru. What are you looking for today? A coffee table? Goes into the back room. Quick, turn it into a coffee table.
Form of coffee table.
Okay, I'm ready.
Reporting
Your
for duty.
mission.
That's
What if you put
hilarious.
something on me?
Go eat it.
Darn it.
Yeah, all of
Oh,
his
it's
silverware
sticky.
is copper.
Yeah, right. Just kind of melts into the table whenever he's copper something. So you're going to go back to Lord Mavu's house. You're going to summon Pazel on the inside of it and do some interior reconnaissance.
Yes.
Okay. Then we're going to do that next week.
Okay.
Okay.
That is right at 2 hours, and I don't want to keep you all past your bedtime like I've done like the last 17 episodes.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So
It's nearly the crack of noon.
yeah, exactly. We'll pick this back up next week, 9 p.m.
Woo.
Monday night on Twitch. Yeah, no, Eastern
Yeah,
Standard
yeah.
Daylight.
On Twitch. That sounds
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
Okay.
My mind would like just schismed into like two different thoughts. I'm like, okay, what am I doing right now?
Bye-bye, Matt. Bye-bye.
There's something else coming to Twitch in the
Yeah.
next few weeks.
Yes. So actually, I was waiting to make a specific, definite date announcement because I was waiting to hear back, honestly, Jamie, from you about whether or not that date that we had talked about was going to be okay. So, have
Yes.
you had a chance to determine that?
Yes.
So, in that case, I will go ahead and formally make the announcement that the final episode of Rocks and Rune Lords will be streaming live on Twitch at 2 p.m. Saturday. Let me double check. I don't want to give out the wrong information. I think it's Saturday, the 20th of August. Let me take a look.
Yes.
Does that sound right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I thought that's what we've been talking about. We just had to make sure everybody's schedules that we're going to be a part of it. Like, actually, Jamie will be doing our technology. He'll be there for us. But we had to make sure all the DMs and players could be there. But yes, August the 20th, Saturday, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Daylight Savings Time. We will be live streaming the final fight, the final episode of Rocks and Rune Lords. And it may take an hour, it may take 4, but we're not stopping until we're done. So we hope you guys can join us. Hopefully it'll be epic. But then it might just be like, poof, you're dead. So we'll see.
Might be 293.
Yeah, right.
So 20-minute
guys.
preamble followed by a crit from
Yeah.
Hadassah and a pounce
Oh,
from
good Lord.
from
And just having Safi over the corner just sipping on a beer.
yeah.
Good job. Good job.
Good job. Well done.
All right.
So we will see you here next week, and we will continue to see you here on Mondays, and then hopefully you guys can join us. Sorry, Mike, it'll be 2 a.m. your time, but
Yeah, you apologize now. Wait until you get 2 a.m., Mike.
Just wait till he joins the stream.
That's right.
All right.
cool.
You wouldn't like me when I'm tired.
Thanks for joining us. Who's all is left, and we will see you next time.
Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.